Hey, good morning. So I've taken off the masking tape. She's all taped up. So this is probably the hardest part of the build. So we've got to clean it all up, especially this brickwork here. Now you can see I'm starting to clean it up. Now what I've done is I've added, see if we can get a focus there. So I've added, where'd that smoke come from? That's odd. Some Tamiya putty. So what do you call it? Tamiya's basic putty. And I've put, I've mixed 6 ml of acetone in that, and I've given it a good mix so it's very light. And so then I go and paint it on to parts that are giving me difficulty, you know, still showing lines up and all that kind of stuff. So that helps with the process. But as you can see there, it's just basically very time-consuming file work. So you get into there and you can see the difference there. That's what it sort of starts off like, and you can definitely see that line there, can't you? So there is a few issues that need to be fixed. This will need to be really filled up properly, so I might need to get some plastic onto that. But most of the other stuff was very readily fillable and can be shaped with Tamiya's putty. So getting it up there, but it just takes a long time. So just be very patient with it. It's not easy. It's very easy to just start going, stuff it and going hard and fast, and then you start getting lots of problems as well. You get lots of, you know, a file is very good, but it can be very unforgiving if you're not concentrating, and there's so many files movements in this. You've got to be turning it around and finding the right angle, and then just a few hits and then have a look, a few hits and then have a look. So yeah, it's getting good with the files, very important for this kind of stuff. And then you can see those lines in there, they're very difficult to get out, but when you're doing, if you're going to put a window in, don't take the lines out, leave them in. If you take those lines out, it's like it's designed to put the windows with those lines in, and they act as a real barrier for it to fall through. But I still had to add some very thin down putty into the corners there, and that will tie that up beautifully. So now I built that too, that comes in the kit. That's very nice, isn't it? So it's cool. I also found a good filler that's going to work for the road. So that's just this one. It's the, you can use that for snow and all that kind of stuff. It's that stuff that, it's like a moist powder, white moist powder. See, like that stuff, that sort of moist white powder stuff, and really easy to use with your hands. You just get a big clunk of it and you just rub it into your board, and yeah, it's really easy to use this stuff. I like it. It says don't use on plastic, but I would ignore that. Do not use, focus, do not use on plastic, metal or exterior timber. But yeah, there's no issue with plastics and metals. I don't know what they're talking about there. Well, anyway, that's where I'm up to. So the fun part, yeah, this stuff here, it's not too bad. You can get cheaper ones. I just got that one because it's a big bottle. It's got a big 400ml thing. So there's heaps of it. It'll last ages, and it costs $15 Australian. So there you go. I got that at the supermarket. Weird. Also, other products I'm using in this is this builder's bog with hardener. So that's it's like a, I don't know what it is. It's a paste, and then you add the hardener to it. Depending on how much hardener it is, how quickly it'll harden. But once that hardens, leave it overnight. It goes like concrete. And yeah, so you see there I'm making a surface, the surface flatter. That's for where the building is going to go on. So that was the first thing, and then I can just come along now and I'll sand out a bit more, and I can come along now with another dose of the Builder's Bog, go over the top of that, and then once we sand that back, we'll have a nice, smooth, flat surface to put the building on. So that's another product I use. But as you can see, the filler does work good. It works really good. And as I say, I just get a clump of it in my hand and just rub it on like that. And you just do that, and you get all the bricks showing and everything. It's really easy to use. It's really good, and you can just pick big clumps of it, and it fills any gap. Like some of these gaps I feel like, see that? You know what I mean? Like I really did space out the bricks in some points, but the filler has had no issue at all with it, which is good. And it's a nice soft one too, so you can always rework it later and do all kinds of things like that. So still will do a little bit more bricks in here, not much more to go, so I'll just fill up a few more gaps, and then we'll finish off doing the I'll fill the rest of it, and then we might do a little bit of border work along here. We'll get this finished off, we'll get this stuck on, so stuck on there like that. On an angle, but yeah, we'll get that stuck on there like that. I might make a little brick wall to just go along here, along this little part, and then we'll fill that up with rubble and all that kind of stuff. I don't know if I'm going to put this on somewhere. Not sure. If it works out, it works out. So still trying to work out what I'm going to do with this side of the road. I was actually thinking a graveyard. Maybe. Something different. I don't know. And then we could put a little bit of grass in, a bit of turf. Or I could put a wreckage in here or something like that. I don't really want to put a building, so you might make a slight footpath along here. Just a small footpath along there, and then have, you know, a couple of graveyards or something, gravestones in here, something like that, something simple, because this is a lot of work. I've been working on this for a long time. Well, anyway, thanks for watching. I'm having a great time doing this, and hopefully you guys are enjoying watching me do my diorama. So I'll see you again soon.